Still in there, and that's with sensitivity at 4. Normally I metal detect for gold nuggets, but this time I'm trying out the Oregon beaches with the Axiom because apparently it can work in saltwater conditions and black sand. So let's see if I find anything. I'm using the mono coil, which is not as good as the double D for these conditions, but we'll see if we can make it work. Super windy. It's windier than Chicago. So we got a little bit of a stable tone. Everything's fine. I think I found my first target. That doesn't really sound like ground noise. Like it's in this little area, so let's try to dig and see if we can find anything. Well, that didn't really dig or work or do anything. That was my first ever dig. Yeah, I don't know, I think it just shattered. Hand may start bleeding too. Yep, I already see a scratch there. Dang. Yeah, I'm not lying when I said bleeding. I mean, geez, this thing just exploded. So I guess I have to dig this old school way and figure out what target it is. Still in the hole. Yep. Should have brought a real shovel. See some black sand layers in there. That could be gold if I was panning, but it's not going to be that good of gold up here in the northern coast. Alright, I've dug this deep of a hole, but I don't think I'm that good at pinpointing. I tried again, I think I'm more over here, so I'm going to dig that down. Having an actual shovel makes probably a huge difference. Seems like there's a lot of depth at the beach versus like gold bearing gravels. I'm still digging. It's like up to my elbow. Definitely need a real shovel next time I do this. But look at this. Look at this layer. That'd be nice gold panning or something. Maybe that's where the heavy items are dropping, because black sand's heavy. So I'm assuming the object is in this little black sand pay layer. It's still in there, and that's with sensitivity at 4. Starting to hit a water layer with some discoloration. It looks like an old fire pit as we get deeper. Like a charred wood, but water's coming in. So that deep down is just a bunch of garbage, and so we're just gonna leave it alone because it doesn't seem like it's gonna be anything worthwhile. But that's pretty deep. All right, that hole was not fun to dig, so let's do the cheat way and try to detect this wall. Sounds like a lot of signals. Let's take the sensitivity down, do a ground balance. All right. There's something. Well, there's a signal there, and if I knock it down there, then I gotta deal with multiple signals, so I'm gonna move to an easier spot to dig. Now, if you're looking for gold, you would want to set up a sluice box in this little stream and dig where there's black sand, and you should be able to find gold because we're in Oregon. Well, I identified my first target. It's this little piece of metal sticking out of this wood. So we know the detector's working. Look at this big hunk. Another target. Not gonna dig it because there's water coming out of here, and so as soon as I get down a few inches, it's just gonna be soaking wet, so I'm not gonna bother. All right, I just dug up my last target. It's getting way too windy. Looks like a storm's coming up or something. Dug this hole, saw this rusty thing. So this is what's setting it. Literally just a Corona Extra. Looks fairly new. Rusting around that edge. Surprised it was that deep. Well, we got a beautiful coastline, but I gotta go get some food and try to find a less crowded beach. Well, that was the first time metal detecting at the beach. Super windy. Got salt in my wound that where I cut my hand, so that hurts. I got sand in my teeth, but I figured out how to do it. Next time, definitely I need to bring a shovel and wait for better conditions. So maybe later this summer I'll do some more metal detecting beach videos, but right now I'm just gonna stick to metal detecting for gold nuggets in the mountains. Good views, got some moisture, so can't complain. It's a nice sunny day at the beach. Just the wind and the difficulty of trying to dig is a little bit not that enjoyable with the plastic scoop, so I'm gonna head out.